This might be working now. Looks like we do have audio. This might be working now. Looks good. Like we do have audio. Well, there's a lot of noise in this. Anyway. Hey, what's up? This is Dave. And we turn this down. 1 second. Anyway. Hey, what's up? This is Dave. So I'm doing a little bit of virtual co-working today. But I'm mixing it up with some games. I just got a whole bunch of stuff done this morning. I took my car in to have an oil change and check into this airbag warning light. I got a whole bunch of bills done and filed. I have a new filing system. It's the old filing system, but it's just in better shape now. But I'm going to try something today that's a little bit different, which is to alternate between playing video games and doing a little bit of work. This is something my cousin does, actually. When he's doing something really boring, like doing the accounting for his company, he can only do it like in small chunks of time, relatively small chunks of time. It's not the sort of thing he can do like for 6 hours in a row. So he does like 40 minutes and then spends 10 minutes playing guitar and then goes back to it. So I thought I'd give that a try. And I'm trying it out with today's work, which is to do some code review of JavaScript code I did last month. So that's a fairly light task. It still requires some concentration, but not so much that I don't think I can flip back and forth between playing a game and trying this. So I'm going to time this, I think. I don't know, I see 2 people watching, which is hello, people. I don't know what you guys are doing, but let me know if you'd like to check in later. Let me know what you're doing. If you're in my virtual co-working chat room, you can also hear and talk to me there. I can actually hear you right here on this computer here, and that should work pretty well. Again, I'm just setting some stuff up now on my computer so I can flop around and look at stuff. I think that looks alright. I need to pull the chat page up someplace. Means I need to make a new window and go to stream chat box, and I should just drag this over here. I should see that, so I should have an idea if people are saying things, at least for now. Alright, so we're going to start with the game, I think, so hopefully my setup still here works. So this should theoretically switch me over to, hopefully, what is happening? There. And OBS. I moved it to this screen. Doesn't seem to be flipping over. Oh, there it goes. Does OBS need to be in focus for this to work? So anyway, I'm playing The Division. And I guess we'll see how this goes. Assuming the audio is working. I can probably adjust the screen so you can sort of see it. But I guess this is the angle it's going to be. I can turn the sound up so you can kind of hear what's going, but I don't know if this is going to be in sync or not. Probably isn't going to be in sync. So I apologize if it's annoying. So I need to set a timer. I'm going to play this for 15 minutes and see how far I get. More or less 15 minutes, and then I'll switch back to work. So, The Division. This is a level 28 character, I think. Where does it say? I'm level 27. And I'm playing solo. I've been taking my time with the map. This is virtual Washington, D.C. I'm just clearing out stuff. Still haven't checked out this contaminated zone here, so I'm going to fast travel to this control point and see where this goes. So the quarantine zones are like in the universe of this game. There's been this viral outbreak which essentially decimates the world. So Washington, D.C. has fallen, and a bunch of roving gangs have taken over it. The story is very thin, and some people have complained about this, but actually it's a little bit refreshing because the story is so thin, it doesn't actually get in the way of the game play itself, which is to run around and find lots of boxes full of loot and I don't know, take them. It's pretty interesting. I mean, apparently it's a pretty accurate rendition of Washington D.C. The weather effects are beautiful. There's more stuff happening around me, like you see these patrols going off, doing stuff, and I've followed one of these for a while, and you can actually see them go and do their mission. Yeah, I think you can escort them. I don't think you get a reward, but it's a pretty beautiful game for what it is. More varied environment than the first game, which took place in New York City, which is still pretty cool. So this zone is quarantined. Probably no bad guys in it, but you had to get into it somehow.
Contaminated area.
Yikes. So now the trick is, how do you get in? Can't get in this way. So usually this is kind of like a puzzle in which you need to figure out where the entry point is. How do you get into the contaminated zone? Can't go this way. There's barbed wire at the top there, so I can't get in that way. What was that? Right, can you go in? There's, looks like I get in like this. Contaminated zone. So once I'm in here, I had this mask on. This stuff will kill you. It's nice that they automatically do that now. Lots of nice little
electronic device detected.
Little refinements they made to the original game.
Get in there, goddammit! No, please! There's kids here because they're sick. Don't do this, selfish son of a bitch. How many people do you need to kill before you take some goddamn responsibility? At least take us to the quarantine area. You had your chance for that. Now get the fuck in there or I'll blow a goddamn hole in you.
It's a Tom Clancy story. Or Tom Clancy inspired.
Control point nearby.
Ugh. I never was really a fan of Tom Clancy's writing. But it seems weirdly, the only games I'm playing these days seem to be from this universe. But, okay, I need to somehow go do what? Do I have a mission in here? I don't remember what I'm doing. What does it say? It just says contaminated zone. In the old game, you were supposed to find stuff? There was usually something you had to do. But I was not paying attention. Can I get up this way? It's too high to jump. And there's no way up there. Can I go through this door? No. Do I have to go up that way? Maybe I go up here? Climb up this garbage? No. I want to get up there somehow. How would I do that? I don't think I can call them this. There's no, like, edge walking. So I'm guessing I probably need to come in through either this side or this side, and then somehow go through this building to get to this other side, if that's indeed where I'm supposed to go. This might take more than 15 minutes. Let's go up this way. Ah, okay. There's where our entry point. I'm just gonna pick up some resources to make something with or give something to people. And looks like we're going through this window here. That's an interesting transition between the lighting effects, right? That's pretty cool. It's another one of those phone message things. This place is abandoned.
Portable device detected.
Open up this. Nope. 2 electronics.
Detected. From the control point in proximity. This
was it doing here? That is the first loot we found. Some sort of mask. Not as good as the one I have currently, though. What is this? I get skill power, damage to elites, critical hit chance. And this, I already have this loaded out. I am armed with an assault rifle, and what is this? Salcom MR. It's like a marksman rifle? Yes. Ooh, what's this?
Incoming backup request.
Ah! I need a key to open that. Another loot box. Another rifle of some kind. What is this? This is a subgun, huh? Interesting. I should give it a try. First, let's outfit it. Why not have improve our critical hit chance? Always a big fan of stability. Looks like I could use some more accuracy though. Stability. No, I don't have a 45 ACP magazine mod. I guess that's it. It's a new. Alright, let's give it a try. It's huge. Reloading is so slow on that. Alright, we're on the other side. We're still in the contaminated zone? No, we just left. It's still showing up red here, though. Are we supposed to do something here? Oh, actually, I guess there must be something else to look at here. Got one kid's sock.
Portable electronic device detected. Hand me that shotgun.
Oh, I guess that's it.
Thanks. Hey, listen up. Can y'all come over this way for a sec? Get back! Ceasefire! Check each other to make sure none of y'all got blood on you.
Water. I guess that was it. I guess, how much time do we have left? 5 minutes? How do I get out of here? Ah, that was surprisingly... I just noticed that you could see the character put on
Friendly
the
control
mask.
point nearby.
Is that how he came in? Yeah. I wonder how the quality of this looks. Oh, hey, Dom. Yeah, we're playing Div 2. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, Div 2 for 15 minutes. Then back to work. Oh, maybe there will be some action. What is it?
There you are.
Let me get in here again.
Can't see him. We gotta move.
1, 2. Where are they? See ya. 2 minutes? Alright, so what can I do in 2 minutes?
Stinks down here. If we don't get
There's
food
this
and fresh
side
water
mission
soon,
I need to
Central
do at
Matter.
some point. This is a level 27 mission. I'm like so behind.
Atomic Event Center.
Emily, I think I...
Guess I can just start making my way to the safe house. So I'll fast travel here. And that will give me and put me in good condition to actually do the next work break. Let's see, so if I'm doing 15 minutes of gaming, I should do 45 minutes of work? Does that sound about right? That sounds good. Let's see. I guess I will change my hat. Oops. Hats? I don't really have that many of them yet. I like this cowboy hat. Do I like these glasses? I don't want cool glasses. What are these? Light pilot glasses? I like these dark glasses. I wish I could wear these kind of glasses in real life. But I just look dumb in them. I'm not sure that looks so great either, but we'll go with it. Sort of Professor Cowboy. Alright, when's this thing gonna beep already? It's a minute to go. Well, let's see. Let's look at the at their store and see if they have anything cool. They have a live event. I can buy keys for this. Event keys can be obtained from gameplay activities and purchased with premium credits. Oh. What's this event info? I guess there's some exclusive clothes? What's new? This is a new outfit they're selling for. What's this? I think one of these currency things is a cent. So this is like $3 for this outfit. $3.22. You get these boots. What's the stuff I found? What's all this? No, this is what's in the Invasion set. So, what, they have a new hat, a new jacket, glasses, boots. I kind of like this cowl thing. Ooh, Outcast pants. Oh, I already have that. Alright, but anyway, time is up. Let me log out of the game. And let's switch over. Let's see, I'm trying to figure... Actually, I should put this... okay. Alright, we're going to do some work. Let me make a note of what work I'm doing. Let's put this up here. Let me turn this down. Okay. And let me set this timer for 45 minutes. We do 45 minutes worth of work. If anyone's watching, let me know what you're working on. 45 minutes. And where can I put this where people see it? I really need to write something that'll help put that. Just have a time up or something like that. Man, my eyebrows look terrible. Yeah, I need to get those work done. Alright, so I am going to start doing go what's happening? Let me go check on this. Let me close this window here. And I'll need to get this up here. Guess I might as well put this here. And this will be new tab. So I'll need that in a moment. Hey Christine, nice to see you. I'm like someone in the chat room. close this. Close this. Alright, so my live chat appeared on like Christine's phone. That's awesome. So yeah, I am about to do some work. And what happened to, I thought I opened, I guess I didn't. Did I not open meme?
Opening meme.
Why didn't it open my, oh, there it is. Okay. Boop, boop. We'll go full screen on this. And I shouldn't need to open source tree, but let's do that anyway. So this will allow me to review the things I've made, I guess. Is it worth using this for it, though? I think so. Where is it? Where's the repo, though? There it is. Okay, let's get this over here. I'll be on this page. That's all set. Let's move this over here. Let's ambignify this. So let's move this over here. And I don't want to actually... There we go. It's running very slowly. And then over here, let's actually run this. What branch is this? I should note. Network. 45 minutes. So we'll take another game break. Division 2 for 15 minutes at 12:45 p.m. It's daylight time. I'm gonna move this onto the other screen here, though, just so I can so I can just type into this as needed. So OBS is awfully large, so let's scale that down a bit. Okay. This is an interesting article that someone forwarded to me. Ah! Alright. Okay, so I'm documenting this code, how it is currently working, because I want to add some changes to it. There's a few bugs you can see, like there's this layout issue here with this Y node thing. It's like drawing outside the area. But once I do the code review, then I think I can do a clean refactor of it just to capture things like this. So I got that this is somewhat half-architected. So like I have an idea of the division of functions that happens when you're laying something out. This is supposed to draw from an arbitrary data structure that can have nested nodes. You can see like the G nodes inside the A node, inside the B node. And then as I move these things around, they can point to other nodes. This node, G node, is pointing to the outside D node here. This Y node, which is inside of the D node, points to the Z node, and the Z node points to the X node. And there's some redrawing calculations that I'm doing. They're not perfect. I'd like to figure out the algorithm for that, but in the meantime, let me just try to get this in a shape where it's clean and it makes sense to me, and then I can also explain it to other people who are working with me so they can make modifications and we don't end up having confusing different ideas about how this should work. And if that makes any sense at all. Try to create clarity, document that clarity to make sure that we can collaborate with a minimum of rework and misunderstanding. Plus, frankly, I'll forget how this works like in a week from now. So when I come back to this, well, I'll be in vacation in Taiwan for like a month, so I'll be away from this for quite a while. Although, actually, I plan to be doing some work, but I'm just not planning on doing work in any kind of predictable manner. I just screwed my timesheet up. What the hell? There we go. Now I might as well just show you what my timesheet looks like, if I can find the freaking page. So here's my timesheet. Today is Wednesday. I didn't do any billable work yet this week. It was all errands and my own projects the previous week. So I'll change the color coding for this week. It's a little bit too dark. Let's lighten that up a little bit to that. Today is what, the 11th? No, it's the 10th. That means I put the wrong date in my stream. Let me fix that. Here, I might as well do it here. Stream live. So I thought it did. Yes. It's not Thursday, is it? It's Wednesday. I had the date right, but... There! Alright. Alright, looks like we only have one person watching now, which is fine with me. Let's see... I promise no value from this stream. I only promise that I am just trying to work. There's the off chance that someone might see this and be inspired in some way, an unpredictable way. By putting stuff out into the universe, you create the possibility for change, even though you are never quite sure what that change will be. If you're fine with that, then it can be very exciting and motivating. So I had to do this code review. How am I going to do a code review? I just started this thing up. Oops. And let's see. I haven't actually started working yet, so I will say I started working in 5 minutes from now. Code review. And so, since I don't know exactly what how I'm going to do this code review, I'm going to write in my dev log and figure it out. Week of April 8th. So it's Monday now. What the hell am I doing? I'm starting my code review. I got an estimated time. Will be about 2 hours. To do what? I want to module list and description, module data structures, module API, module communication graph. I'm not sure what that means. So let's start with the mid-list of modules. The ones that I've made most recently are everything in here. We have the new modules. Well, let's start. The application-specific modules are. Let's see. I'll just list them. I probably should work on paper actually for this part. Well, let's push through this and see. PMC data, PMC view graph. I thought I had. Oh, then there's VG mechanisms, and then there's VG properties. These are all JavaScript files. I'm getting a lot of glare on my screen. I'm getting a new keyboard in today. Kind of excited by that. That's interesting. And then kind of the overview thing. PMC view graph is owned by This is the shell. This is loaded by, I believe it's a view? It's over here in components, SVG. Where is SVG? Oh, SVG view. This is a React file. View graph. Alright, let's does PMC view graph do? Well, I'm just going to list everything in here. Its native structures are what? Those slush, those routes. Element. These are private methods. Element is parent containing created SVG. SVG root a created SVG using SVG.js. Containing and it only has one method, it looks like. No, there's two. What are these? Let's see. Define defs. Oh, this is this. I was thinking defs as a regular def, but these are SVG defs. This should probably be called SVG define def. Create reusable. Reusable named new reusable defined SVG elements and def by name. We also have a define symbol. I think SVG is an SVG instance. No, SVG is an instance of SVG. Is an element created by SVG.js. Not created through. Define symbols. Creates reinstanceable. What is the difference between a symbol and a def? Name. What is the difference between def and symbol and group? I think symbols are instanceable. Get intent. Oh, we also have some lifecycle stuff to find. Stub, lifecycle. Get intent. Stub, sync mode settings. The life cycle is a phase in program execution. This is part of the game loop. Sync props from graph data. What does this actually do? It uses... Actually, it's called something else. Why is this in here? Goes through cause, VG properties. To release, update, add changes to the underlying data graph stored in the data module. Now where this actually should be here. Sync mex from graph data. It's called VG mechanisms. Release, update, add changes from the underlying data graph in data module. I don't know if that should be there. There's yet another one, update model. This is a stub. And others, what's this? Update view model. These are also life cycle. From the underlying update view model. This walks through all the data components. Recursively. Size. Does it. Also ensure they're on the right SVG layer. Here's up to update. This glare, screen glare is killing my eyes. Because update their size. So those are the two operations that happened there. It's kind of involved code. Then update view, also life cycle. Life cycle, update view, code, property, VG properties, layout components, and VG mechanisms, draw edges. The updates. This is really kind of a screen refresh, redraw. There's a little bit of confusion I have for this. I'll make a should update view model recursive walk be part of our update view instead of update view model? What is the difference? between view and view model. Anyway. There's a very practical reason for it. There's a whole bunch of test code too. It's all dead now, I think. Oh wait, no. What else? What utilities do we have in here? Is this actually used anywhere? Yeah. Nope, I didn't actually do anything. I'm not sure if this is actually used. Yeah, this is old code. We should remove this. Remove test drawing. And we'll update path. I think this is all gone now. I technically don't need it because I've moved this into other places. This though I want to keep. Let's just paste it in here. Or do I still have a docs folder? Do. Let's make a notes SVG. Ugh. This glare is killing me. I'm going to call this SVG notes. I'm starting to get sleepy. Wait. Really getting drowsy. So all this stuff can go, I think, and I think it will still run. That will make this module much smaller. Oops, or will it? What happened here? Delete. I don't think I need to export data from here, do we? Alright, does it still compile? It doesn't. Oh wait. That's surprising. Oh, compiled with warnings. What's this error? Actually, I guess you still want to do it like this. Oops, crash. What did I screw up? What's going on? Oh, cannot only read part of the load graph of undefined. SVG view. Oh, is there? I guess there was something else that was hiding in there. Let's still see if it compiles. I guess I'll have to go through line by line, block by block. It still runs. Alright, I don't think I need make prop element. Does it still compile? Oops. It does. I don't think I need Draw a system diagram. I don't think I need draw erects. That's weird. This is exactly the same as before. Am I doing that? That's weird. Looks exactly the same. Alright. So we clean that up. Let's add that. Dev DS data rendering. Move dead. We'll write all new tests at some point. Oh, I'm so tired already. It's only been 20 minutes. You can just stand up. Not really in the mood to work, I guess. Let's ignore all those. Terminal. So, okay, we've gone through one file. Let me go through SVJ view now and just see what the deal is with that. I could have sworn I documented this already. Let's look at PMC data first. You know what? I'm afraid I'm getting eye strain. That's what's giving me the headache. Ice is terrible. Oops. That was weird. You can see that bright window back there? That's what's killing my eyes. Okay. That's better. Eyes are watering though. Losing focus. This is where the 15-minute timer might have been better. It says we have 15 minutes to go. Then we can play 15 minutes of game, and I'm curious to see if this headache I have goes away when I'm actually playing a game. I think this headache might be the lizard brain telling me not to work. Alright, so what do we have here in this? We have mgraph. I use the this letter underscore convention to identify what the module level private data structures are in my JavaScript code. This is a graphlib. This is a Docker.res JS graph lib instance. A props array of all props, prop IDs, I think. ID strings. A mex array of all mech ID strings. These are node names as ID strings. ID string. Oh, string ID. Is equal to the name of node. String ID equals path ID form of edge. So all these A props, these are all V props. And we also have A components, which is an array of all top level, not a child, V props. These are string IDs. And we have H children, which is I think a hash, right? Hash collection children of a particular node ID. String IDs. We also have H out edges. Hash collection of outgoing from a node. String ID. Key is equal to the node string ID. Key is equal to the node string ID. So what do we have? We have graph. Oops. Graph returns the current mgraph. Load graph. Currently creates test data. We should rename that. Add some to-dos. I should put them in line, I think. Ugh. There was another to-do I had here, right? I think it was just moving stuff, right? To-do, move, lifecycle, update view. This is actually a big topic. Consider how update view and update view model affect each other. Split of tasks. Is correct. Evaluate lifecycle. I think I actually want to port in the lifecycle code from the old system. Let's see. Still no calls yet. I guess my, that's weird. Wait for to get a call about my car. I haven't seen one yet. Let's get my phone ready. Actually, I should be using Siri to do the timing. I'll do that in the next round. 8 minutes till game time. And how it propagates. Alright, so those are to-dos for that. Let's make a to-do here. Create explicit loader, test data creator. Try not to think of how sleepy I am. So load graph, then we have build model. That's actually important. Scan updates. A components, H children, H out edges, structures. This probably should also do. It should actually calculate the differences. Build model should create the add updated moved lists here, and then be ready to pass them down to subscribers. And yeah, that's the way it should work. Review. So I guess another question is, ponder, what does the data flow for the app look like locally and network-wide? That's like a design task. Alright, so after build model, we have some accessors. We have all props, oops, all props, all mechs, components. Another ponderable is like, should I go use like the use get X or just X as my property getter style? Children, node ID as prop node ID. That's a terrible name. Check to see if a node with node ID exists in mgraph. Return an array, I think. Array of children of node ID. String so I guess the general principle of this general idea access convention is to use a string ID for selection, never the object. Although, also, I just realized module also holds the view graph, or the view model properties, mechanisms, because that is handy. It's also ponderable. Does having view model and model state in the same place make sense for long-term projects? Prop node ID, return the data object from mgraph named with ID node ID. I think a ponderable is like another ponderable. How to distinguish through naming. How to distinguish between data props and visual props. Or code naming. That's a possible confusing. It's possibly confusing. The mechanism or the because there's two spaces. Data. There is the space between data and visuals. There is also the space between significant difference. My eyes are starting to fuzz out. Ugh. So tired. Ah. Oh, 1 second. Hello, it's Dave. Yay, how's it going? Okay. Okay, great. Nice. Uh-huh. Great. Oh, me. Okay. All right. Uh-huh. Okay. So what is the suggested course of action, like in terms of, I guess, leaving the car there, or? Uh-huh. Oh, okay. All right. So I had to think about it. I'm about to go on a trip overseas for quite some time. Uh, so I actually need to do a lot of like prepping for that. So I need my car, but then I'll be gone for like a month. So yeah, I could leave it. Could I leave it at your place for a month though, or would I have to have someone come and pick it up? Okay. All right. Okay. Maybe I could. Okay. So all right. So I guess we could do that. Maybe when you pick me up, maybe we can discuss, like, I have some ideas for, like, other refurbs I want to do with the car, and so maybe we could plan, like, a longer term, like, over the month thing. That might be nice. Okay, thanks. Thank you very much. All right, bye. All right, so my car is, so apparently there was a water issue with my car, and the sunroof drains were clogged, but apparently it's been draining into my car for a while. So why they don't seem to have found damage? They need to air out the entire thing, and that's going to take a weekend. So I need my car because I need to go buy a bunch of stuff for this upcoming trip. So I'll figure out when to do that. So I can drop the car off before I go, I suppose, and then take an Uber from there up to fly out. But I'm also going to schedule a bunch of stuff to have looked at it with the car, I think. So I can leave the car there for a month. So apparently that won't be an issue. So anyway, so I'm waiting for them to call me and see, and then I'll just pick it up. And so there weren't any other serious issues though, so that's good. So I'm probably not out of 1,000. It's probably gonna be $500 or something like that. I don't know. Money was cheaper than buying a whole new car. Anyway, let me update my my list here. I'm looking over here. Okay, I got some work done. Time for a 15-minute break. So what am I going to do? Actually, part of my break was handling this call. It doesn't really feel like a break, though. Now 10 to let's call 15 minutes of division to see if my headache goes away. Because I do have a headache. I'm sleepy. I want to take a nap. But I think it's just because I don't want to, I'm doing this interesting to me, but kind of tedious work of reading and typing and reading and typing. It's not exactly the kind of work that gives you energy. If anything, it's draining me a little bit. The excitement of seeing the overall pattern, though, is like why I like doing code reviews. But let's see. Let's go do something different now. Let me move this over here. It's a better view. I think that's a better view. What to say? Alright, let's press the magic. Alright, let's jump back into this game. So just let it load first. What else to do? Oh, I can go downstairs and get my tax forms. I'll be right back. While that's loading, I should be able to talk because I'm still on this wireless microphone. And I still have battery, too. Hooray! Let's see. Alright, here is my tax forms. I need to smell this. You don't want to go out. Alright, where the heck am I? also fix this ledge thing. Where am I? I don't even know where I am. Foggy Bottom Liberation. I need to do these activities, looks like. Let's see. I should say what time I'm going to stop. Oh wait, I didn't set the timer. Hey Siri. Set timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes and counting.
Alright, so that will go off in a much more pleasant way. I can also put it over here so people can hear it. Alright, 10 minutes of gaming. Already my headache has gone away. So as I suspected, the headache was really just my lizard brain complaining about things. Lord Indra. Low-fat diet. Where am I going, though? What am I going to do in the next 10 minutes? There's a Shade Tech cache nearby. Yeah, let's go there. Work our way up toward this control point. If we can liberate that control point, then that will be a nice striking place for doing that mission that I'm behind on. Assuming we don't die. Interesting thing, one thing I like about this game is that I enjoy figuring out what my play style is. There's a variety of different weapons, and and with different strengths. So like right now, I'm actually there's a interfaction war going on here. These are all NPCs shooting each other. Actually, it's kind of more fun to watch this, I think. Oops, they see me. Someone coming this way. And so sniper rifles, marksman rifles as they say, they have you can pick off them at a long distance. They hit hard, but they reload slow. Then the next longest range weapon is probably the submachine gun, or the light machine guns, which have larger magazines, that is, they hold lots of bullets, and they can deliver sustained fire, but they're not very accurate, and they take a long time to reload, which in this game could be an issue because while you're reloading, you are vulnerable to being flanked. You can see, like, in this game particularly, they've really improved the AI of the NPCs. So they'll actually coordinate to attack you. They won't just stand there and just let you shoot them. They will actually deploy tactics on you. Although they're busy fighting each other, so they're ignoring me. So this yellow guy, I guess, is... What faction is he? Oh wait, they all won, I guess. Who are they shooting at? This guy's hiding. Let's just watch them. It's actually kind of more fun. We get to... Anyway, the weapons I was talking about. Sniper rifles, assault, light machine guns, then there's assault rifles, which have less range than either of those two, but hard hit. They're a nice intermediate thing. Then you have shotguns, which are very good up close, but they don't have much range. And then there are submachine guns, which are similar, but they fire very high rates of fire. Not a lot of range, though, by comparison. You can modify these weapons with various add-ons that you can craft. What's this guy throwing? Ooh. To compensate for some of the issues that they have. You can see night is turning into day. The weather effects and the environmental effects are quite lovely in this game. I'm just watching what these guys are doing. So, like, the weapon mix I seem to enjoy is, I like to hide behind things and then pop up and get a shot really quick and then pop back again. So that tends to... I tend to like the marksman rifles, but they reload really slowly. And I've been using them actually unscoped. because it can, like, shoot quickly, and it turns out the engagement ranges are not as far, so much that I need a scope on it. So, like, right now, this, I can just show you. This is, like, this is the unscoped range. And so that guy over there I was just pointing out, I think in this game he's, like, about 20, 30 meters away. Maybe. And so this is, like, doable with just this. You can see the gun sways a little bit. You know, or maybe you can't. But if I were to scope this sucker, something else, like the normal marksman scope, which gives you some bonuses, you can see too, the damage. Then it looks like this, but there's that disorienting element. I think I know I'm here now. Uh-oh. They're just aware. Does it say there's someone over there? Uh-oh. Are they flanking me? I think they know I'm here. This is upsetting. I don't like this. These are all friends. Ugh, great. Now I'm in a bad place. Not dead? I had to unscope that gun. I don't like the way the gun sounds. Oops. What was that scope I was using? Up and getting killed. He's on fire now. Is that everyone? Okay. Sturdy piston. This is like a mod that you can apply to your gear. Oh, was that the question mark? What was that? Oh, the Shade Tech cache is over here. Completely forgot about it. I don't think I like this submachine gun either. I'll switch back to what I had before, which was this. Yes. It's just a little underwhelming. I like the higher rate of fire. So yeah, that's another thing that I've kind of figured out. The kind of things that I like. So my style is kind of like a spastic, like jump out, jump out, and keep moving, jump up, get an opportunistic shot, then hide again. Alright, so this is what I was using, I think. And so this is like a medium-powered marksman rifle. It's like 8k damage for this level. Some of the other rifles are like this hunting M44. You can see it does 19,000. It's like, well over twice, but it reloads really slowly and cycles really slowly. Then somewhere in the middle is something like this. I tend to like the high stability ones. Stability in this game is, if I get over here and I'm aiming, I don't know if you can see this, but the three-pronged triangle thing in the middle there, that takes longer to converge. If I'm standing, it takes longer. Oh, actually, this one's pretty fast. I have this one set up that way. So that means, like, when it snaps together like that, then it's accurate. Whereas, like, some of these other guns, like, what's this one, maybe? This is like a light machine gun. If you're stable behind cover, it takes a while for it to change down. Actually, this one's actually pretty good. It's a little surprising. Oh, this is a very stable platform. I guess light machine guns would have to be. What's something that's terrible? I think I've gotten rid of everything that is terrible. So I really can't show what that looks like. All very high stability weapons, because the high stability really makes a difference if you're trying to like just pop out of cover, get the shot, and then get back into cover. Alright, but I need to get that Shade Tech cache, and then maybe I'm done. Like, I'm wide awake now, like that headache is gone. So that's very interesting to me, because that suggests that the sleepiness I had was entirely because I was bored and didn't want to do anything. But there it is. Let me get the Shade Tech cache. I go right by it. Is it back here? And then I can log out again and get back to work. Ooh. Loot. 2 electronics. Alright, now here's a little puzzle. How do I get into this place? I can't go over here because there's barbed wire. So there must be... looks like you can coming around that corner somehow. There's also a weapon case here that might have something good in it. It doesn't look like there's any windows to jump out or these walls, so there must be something on the other side that you get to. So let's see. Can I jump on that? There's something up there. Oh, I can at least have a view. It looks like there's a space between there somehow. Okay. So, there's also some loot. What is this place? What did this used to be? Some carbon fiber. Oh, there's something in here. I have plenty of water. Here's a mysterious underground passage that's probably full of scary people. So we'll leave that alone for some time. It's on my map. Get back to the task at hand, which is to get up there. What do we have here? That's a special key that you need to open. You need a special key to open that. MP5N. That is not a bad submachine gun, from what I recall. I'm not sure if it's worth changing to though. Stability or accuracy. This is pretty stable already, so let's up its accuracy. I'm always for more faster reloads. Let's see. I can get a vertical grip for accuracy on that. There's only so much I guess you can do to make this thing decent. Let's see. So if that's uncompensated, or rather that's with me not actively controlling it. That's with me actively controlling it. Let's give it a try. Let's get the Shade Tech cache. Alright, so that's 1, and we are done. Let us go back to where I was, the safe house. And, you know, I should just go to this safe house. It's locked, though. I don't have it yet. That will be my next objective, I think. Like, if I log out here, it's just going to put me back to the last place I think I was at. But let's see what happens. Alright. Back to work. It totally went away. So that tells me that it's me not wanting to work. That is the cause of my headache. Alright. so let's get back to... Oh, so boring. Alright, so we're back to this. Let me position this thing so it's in a good place. And we're back here. What was I doing? Get this in some position that doesn't have the glare on it. Alright. Where is that coming from? I also need to fix this stupid cable that keeps falling down. Is that better? Is that worse? Alright, so last we mic'd up, I was going through this PMC data module. Let me indent this so I can see it better. Nah, that's fine. I can still relatively see it. What I'll do is I'll put a mark here. And I'll put another mark here. Let me pull it out of this more easily. The mech by either ID, path ID, edge object, or VW, VID, WID. That's a general convention that I have. That's also something I wanted to change, to do. A better way of naming the path ID edge object or VID WID parameter functions. So I have actually some code here, like this coerce to edge object thing. Because sometimes I have V, sometimes I have W. Sometimes I have an edge object, which is a GraphLib native object. Sometimes I have a path ID. The path ID is what I'm using to store, to reference hashes. Before I was trying to use the edge IDs, edge objects directly, but because they're objects, so you can't use them as keys. Or you can, but the values of the objects actually change. Or actually, if they did change, it would be fine. But the object itself could have the same V and W properties, but that's not the same as the same object. So that didn't work. And storing V and W is an issue as well. I suppose a better way of doing it would just always be accept V and W. But it's nice just to pass one variable. It just makes everything a little easier. So path ID is something that a convention that I want to continue to use. I'm not quite sure if I'm doing it right. Oh, this is also weird. VM get vprop changes. What does this actually do? This is in data. This is called by ViewGraph to figure out what's new. So it can update the visual elements. I'm going to add that as a to-do to fix that to-do. Move functionality of VM get vprop changes. Oh, we forgot to set the timer. Hey Siri, set timer for 30 minutes.
Okay, 30 minutes and counting.
into build model. And that's two things. We also want to do get vmech changes. So there's also some related functions to this. VM vprop returns the what is this? Refers the visual for a property. This is by ID, right? Yeah, these are all by ID. Node ID. For instance, visual corresponding to the node with node ID. Past node ID. Node ID turns true if node ID node with node ID has a corresponding visual. VM prop delete node ID removes the visual with node that corresponds to the node with node. This is hard language to write. There must be a better way of expressing this. Oh, what's this? VM v prop set node ID vprop. Saves reference to visual with corresponding to with node ID. Just a better way of expressing this. To props view model. Props view model. This is super awkwardly expressed. Ponder how to rewrite the VM method descriptions. And also, I want to switch to JSDoc at some point. How to switch to JSR, which apparently is compatible with Visual Studio Code out of the box. I've heard this. It's a rumor. It might not be true. Alright, so now we all have the everything for the VM get mech changes. ESOWS. I think that might be the convention. Use ESOWS. Returns true if mech exists. VM vmech turns the visual associated with the edge object. It's the same thing, right? VSOWS. VSO stands for string or object. S stands for string. So V and W, SO is a string or object. W is W, which has to be a string. Because if you have a string object, then you don't need WS. VSO could also be a path ID. At least maybe I should call it VSPO. Or I could do it SPOWS, which is I've used in other places. I could do string underscore SPO with string under S, but that's a little bit awkward. I'll do that. It's a little bit more. It's a little more clunky. It's not that much clunkier looking. It already was clunky, and I think the pattern might be a little more apparent. It's easier to search and replace, also. I think, with the extra casing. Anyway, VMech. Let's rewrite this to do as a replace. Use VS as convention for methods taking I do kind of like the cleaner VSOWS, but I don't know. I don't know. VMech exists. VSPOWS. Oh, this is not right. Get changes. Code by viewgraph to figure out what's new so it can update the visual elements. We have VMech already. VM delete. Wait. Okay, delete. Should call just as vprop delete, vmep delete. Let's do that too. To do rename VM star to from method names. Use v prop vmech is adequate, I think. Oops, what am I doing? Oh, that's ready for later. VMech delete, VSPO, WS. I think one issue I have is the check for VSPO, WS efficient. Also, another thing on my mind, ponder, is the defaults module named correctly? What about its patterns of use? It's kind of a hack. So DND remove the visual associated with node. Oh wait, that's not. With edge. Let's try it. Remove visual associated with graph node. With past ID. Save reference, or save prop set. Or say associate past visual to graph node with by ID. With node ID of a just rewriting this so it's a little bit shorter. Return updated array added removed data graphs objects by IDs. As arrays of IDs. Here's oh wait, these are edges. But this language I can use up here. Get mech changes, get prop changes. Nodes. Let's see, the vprop vmech returns the visual show with the edge object. Returns the graph node. And it must be better language for this edge ID stuff. Let's say valid edge ID. Let's call it an edge selector. Selector is good language, I think. Returns the associated, return updated, remove graph edges. That's updated, so these are shorter. Oh, what's this? vmech by selector. Prop. No, this is different. vprop. Oops. Node ID. Return the node object, return the associated with turn the mechanism associated with edge selector. That's what I should call it. Or edge selector. Yes. I like that. This makes me wonder, actually, if I should rewrite the code for edge selector. Where is that? Here. Or use variable arguments. I think that's actually better. Probably better. Because that would look like selector. Because a little query thing. Path ID, edge object, or string, or W. I think that's the way to do it. Yeah. Alright, so am I done with this thing? Vmech set. Mech set. It's interesting my headache has not come back yet. Vmech, VSO, WS. How did I express this before? Associate past visual with edge selector of a graph edge. I'm not sure that language makes sense. Alright, so that is all of the data. So what have I done so far? I have PMC data, SVG view, or, yeah, that's right. Now how I did the mechanisms. Oh, what did this do? Don't do that. Let's pull these to-dos out of here. Oh, that's the wrong place. Quite a lot of refactoring work. Okay, so what's next? I don't like how it removed my little thing here. Ugh. Why? Oh, what the hell? Oh, this is all PMC view graph. Interesting. What happens if I do that? Ah, that actually pleases me. So PMC view graph is all this. This is like a third level module. Let's just do this a little bit at a time. Let's look at SVG view graph. Now it's turned into period? What the hell? What does this mean? Why does it keep flip-flopping? Strange. Let's see. Let's look at SVG view. Wait. What's that? That's called SVG view, not SVG view graph. It's right here. What do we have in here? What are... Oh, my butt's falling asleep. We have anything? This is a class. So our class definition, what do we have? Display name is constructor. It's for debugging. We have a ref container. This is a React reference. We have do app loop, handler for what is calling this to execute one cycle of application updates. This is SVG view. Is this a good structure for the lifecycle pattern? I don't know. I don't think so. Let's put this up here. Let's see. Oh, this is a function. Alright, so what methods do we have? It's just binding it there. On construction, loads the graph. This is a placeholder, really. We need to add, in general, data loading, external data loading. To do add external data loading, fix SVG view to use it. So what do we have? A component did mount. React. Initialize view graph, then do app loop. That's the entry point. Component. I'll just put the select React. React component did update. What are we doing here? We just redraw it. This is a placeholder thing. Placeholder. This is just to trap resizes, I think. Trap resizing. Checks if... Actually, this might not be necessary anymore. I've changed. I need to document the resize code. Do document the resize logic, and then look at it with respect to lifecycle. It's actually fairly complicated. Actually, I wonder. And so in ursys, I can't just find this as a bunch of messages. Ursus. Do app loop. This is the life cycle definition. I forgot I set that. Okay. Life cycle defined here. The SVG do app loop. This is where the life cycle is currently shimmed. Alright, how much time is left from this time? 3 minutes. Okay. You're actually making some decent progress. I'm slowly putting all this stuff in my head, which is nice. What did this just do? Reformatted everything. I'm going to step away for a moment, because I need to use the restroom. So let me just go. Will this work still? I'll be right back. Can we actually have this off screen on the other stuff? Alright, I need to mute this now. Yeah. We return. What's the timer? Okay. We are back. And oops. Let's put in this microphone so I can be a little bit more mobile. Okay. Alright, so this is still working, I hope. Let's see. Making some progress on the co-working. It's 15 minutes too, so I guess it's time to play another 15 minutes of a game. You know, this whole... I did think that this do 45 minutes work, play 15 minutes playing a game would actually work, but I think it's kept me from actually falling asleep. And now that I've actually gotten over the hump, you know, for this code review stuff, like I'm just going through things and kind of holding it in my head. And this list that I'm making here will help me review everything in a format that is easy to work with. So I'll be able to work and refactor this and kind of figure out what the flow is and then document it, which will save us tons of time, I think, in the future. Especially since I'm going to be going and I'm handing off some of this work to other people on the team. And it's good to think about how this stuff works. So I am pleased. I'm going to say, making good progress. Time for 15 minutes of games. Again, I don't know if anyone is watching. I have learned not to worry about that too much. So anyway, let's go over there and do some stuff. Let's switch to NDI. Oh, but the cat is here to say hello. Hello, sweetie. Let's say hello to the cat. Oh. What? What? That's gonna be some of my break time. Kitty time. Yeah. Yeah. You a good kitty? You loud kitty? Very loud. Yes, you are. Not sure how I can play my game now. Did I turn this on? I did not. Light is green. Trap is clean. Ow. No. Oh no, you're falling down. No, no, it's so terrible. Ugh, you're drooling all over me. How are you doing this? He's gotten progressively more lap catty. When I first got this cat's like 16 years old now. He didn't like being picked up so much, but he also likes attention. And so, to dissuade him from like asking for too much attention, I'll try to give him way too much attention, more attention than he wanted. But the downside of it, well, there's an upside and a downside. The downside is that he has tremendous ability to absorb attention, even if I'm doing like, you know, kind of stuff like this. He doesn't really mind anymore. I guess he trusts me enough. I don't... No? You know, the upside is I can pick him up now, and I can do stuff like that, which is cool. I guess we have an understanding. Yeah, we're at. Alright. Hey Siri. Set alarm for 2 p.m.
Okay, it's on.
That was weird. Oh, the cat smells bad. Ugh. Alright, sweetie. Are you just hungry? Is that what you are? Actually, I guess he can just sort of sit on my lap. Maybe that will work. Let's see how that goes. Cat, sit with me here. Switching to NDI plus camera mode. Oops, wrong mode. This mode. If you can sit on my lap as I game, that would be great. This is not really showing what I'm doing, but this, actually one of these other modes would be None of those are very appropriate. Alright, we're back in the safe area. Yes, yes, Kitty, I know. And we are going to try to make it up to this control point, I think. Well, let's just plot a course. So I have brown toenails. Why are these names in online games so terrible? I would love to see one name that doesn't make me want to throw up. Come on, let's have some RP. Terrible. We got tennis. I wonder if Cat needs to go to the vet to be thoroughly cleaned. It's a dog. Is this the same kind of dog? Oh, come back. Oh. Looks like there's a firefight up there. I guess we'll get a chance of... I thought I switched my weapon. What is this? This is still the place I'm for. I guess I never switched to it. Let's see how this works out. Turn this up too. That's a named cowboy. It's a bugged. I've been noticing this latest patch. There's been a lot of bugged NPCs. Like this guy. This is just a rag doll that's supposed to be dead, but standing straight up. It's real low level though. How to best take these guys out? I think I'll move to this side. So we really want to draw out that guy. That's interesting. I guess I can't draw him into there. Let's start with my nice grenade over here. This is not good. No, it's all bad. Where is that coming from? Let's see. We need to run over here. That was a poor choice. Armor. Screw this. Quick stash.
Is that it? Everyone okay?
There'll be more tomorrow.
Alright, enough of that. Oh, this is a whole thing. Ah! I didn't want to do that.
Progress halted. Progress resumed.
See you.
Access key detected. Manual override required.
Defend ourselves!
Asshole!
Who's on our side on this one?
Poor bastard.
No.
Is that it?
Hey, we're tougher than we look.
Access key.
We're so close!
4 minutes. What is the access? Ah. If we stored this control point.
Progress resumed.
Oh, we didn't even do it.
Ready? Get going.
Yay, broadcast restored.
Nice work, everyone.
Where's this cache key that I saw a moment ago? Did I not see an access key? What happened to it? Maybe it was a fancy one? Oh, there we're at. Ugh, it's getting closer. Alright. But back to work. At least I got to do something. Just quit this, or go back to the logout screen. Lost a cat, though. Alright, okay. Okay, back for another 45 minutes of work. Or until the garage calls me. Still doing code review. I bet the sound is way out of sync. Apologize for that. Although, no, actually, maybe it's not. I should be able to pull this up. Oh, no, because it's not going through the U-tab. I had to mirror that in. Oh well. Let's see. If it wasn't doing it like this. Alright. Let's see. What am I doing? Maybe the other better way of doing it would just be use the camera instead of actually going through the external video feed. Alright. I should update my timesheet though. So let me do that. Let's see. So I started the code review. It's 1400 now, but I took 3 breaks, so that's whatever this is minus 45 minutes. Minus breaks. So that would be 13:15. So about an hour of work done over the past 2 hours, or 2-ish hours. How much progress have I made in Division 2, asks Dom. This car is level 27-ish. There's another car that I'm playing only with my cousins. That's level 12, I think. I don't know why I like this game. Probably. Div 2 is a nice refinement. Alright, so we're starting again another code chunk. Continue code review. Here we are. So what have I done so far? I've done PMC data, I've done PMC view graph, and I've done SVG view. Looking forward to drawing this diagram of everything too. That's why I do this. Yeah. Yeah, Don, do you have like a preferred play style when you're playing games? Like these types of games? Yeah, someday I'll join you. When I'm less chicken. I don't play multiplayer games because I'm scared of letting people down. But it's a game. I shouldn't be afraid of it, but yet I am. Let's see. So we have data. Now I need to go through the property classes, which are these. Let's start with property. No, let's start with views, VG mechanisms actually, because that one is the one I wrote last, and so maybe it's better. Mechanisms JS. Full squad. Yeah. It has been interesting seeing your. Oh, totally Leroy Jenkins, Dom. I just planned to play the role of making sure of support when I'm in a squad with a hanging back, calling out what I see. Reluctantly lethal. Just want the Alright, so VG mechanisms, this is a representation. Let me add to my to-do list to update all the review all the comments. What is VG mechanisms? This is the visual representation of an edge between nodes. A mechanism. These are stubs right now, so what do we have? It looks like map paths are... This is no longer a thing, I think. Facts. Not using this at all. Not using that either. I think we got rid of these. Oh no, we didn't. Not using yet. Not using any of these. Let's see, this is a class? No, this is a class. Did I set a timer? No. Hey Siri. Set alarm for 2:45 p.m.
Okay, it's on.
Siri is talking really fast for some reason. That's really weird. What's up with that? I should restart the phone just to be on the safe side. Or my hearing is weird. Seems less likely though. Alright, so we have a utility. Make quadratic drawing string P1, P2. What do they call this? This is like a global function or a helper. Actually, I'm gonna call that helper. Yeah, hook here, helper. And we have make. This returns the G path string. Is that the only one I have? Okay. Class. There's no other. Did I have a SVG view as a class? I'll change this up a little bit. Yeah. There we go. Why does it keep doing that? What is it doing? Why does it keep bumping all the way down to the bottom there? It's annoying. Why does it keep screwing up the formatting on this too? It's too long. Then we have the same things. ID, path ID, data, copy of related, copy of associated edge data. Source ID. Source node. Target ID. Data. Display mode. Object containing flags to enable, disable features. This connection points. This is an array of available points others can connect to. I think this is not currently used. Highlight mode. Object containing flags on what related to highlighting. This is a momentary highlighting. Not related to... Cat, no! Shh! No! No! Ah! Don't fuck... No, kitty! Cat just threw up on all my cables. Disgusting. Oh, good Lord. Just, ugh. Another reason to install that. Ugh. These are those fabric covered cables too. Cats are disgusting. All right. Terrible. Yeah. Cat threw up. Gross. Cables behind my computer. Didn't get all of them though. Doesn't smell good though. Ugh. Alright, what was I doing? Highlight mode. What is this path? Okay. Related to should be highlighted. What highlight states? Because this is going to be a mixed mode. This can't be represented by something simple. Path is the SVG element. Representing actual drawn thingy. Path label. The I should even need to SVG labels drawn. Probably need to make these, give them a name like SVG path, SVG label, SVG text path. I need to refactor those. two property names of VGMech. Alright, and so this is the SVG text path parameters. Text path. We're setting start offset. That's length. Stuff like that. So now we have our methods, ID, turns this ID, turns the ID, actually path ID I think it is. Release. Where's the kitty? Kitty, are you alright? He's chilling out in his cat bed. He's rethinking his life choices. Well, probably not. Removes call before destroying. Removes the SVG elements. Actually, I don't think this is quite right. If this text path, no, I'll add this as a to-do. To-do is VGMech deallocating all its resources. Can I write a test for this? Update. This is a kind of a life cycle thing. Wait, this is receives like a source ID, target ID, given what does this do? Updates. What is the wait one? What is that? Internal data. Also updates visuals based on properties of the source and target. This also reconstructing the path as necessary. I guess I have one thing important to say about this. Source and target can change, and this class will update itself accordingly. Update. Oh, is that the whole thing? Nope. And then we have some static methods. I wonder what this will do. ID, SVG root. This returns a new instance. Of vmech. It also handles storing. Stores the updates the view model reference to it by path ID. Through data vmech set. So WS deletes view model reference to selector by edge selector. Also calling release. So the idea behind this update VSOWS. You know, I think I'll just keep VSOWS as the syntax because it's just faster to write. Where did I say I was going to do that? That was down here somewhere, right? It's just says I'm likely to write a lot of edge routines. I think keeping it faster to write without any weird shifts will be better. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Although, well, let me ponder this. This is related to the issue of a ponder. Should I enforce explicit function parameter names and recast to a shorter constant? Currently, the advantages of that: better documentation in function declaration, but then for short variables internally, we can use VSWSO. I don't know, I think I should probably be consistent. Short, consistent might be better. I guess maybe the shorthand with VSOWS object. Is an edge selector. Get stuck on these semantic issues. Let's see. Update does vmech. Is it coerced to path ID? Oh no. think this actually should be, because our updates calls update on a specific edge is done by edge selector. Get visual. So WS returns the VMech instance shaded with an edge selector. Draw edges. Locks all edges and in the data. Updates there. Associated VMech object. So that's a major interface. Alright, so that's V mechanisms. Whew, one more. What happens if I save this? Nothing. That's weird. It seems to be losing track of what it's actually doing. What did it just do there? What the fuck is this doing? I think this is just screwed. I should make this ignore markdown files. Oh, this is so totally boned. What? Oh, you piece of sh... I had to turn that off. What the hell is this doing? Disable for markdown. How do I do that? So, general pref? Is that VS Code? Preferences. Extensions. It's doing this prettier. I want to ignore stuff. Prose wrap, markdown wrap, prose over multiple lines. There's a way of telling it to ignore certain files. How do I do that again? VS Code, do not format on save. Where is this? Editor format and save for a particular type. Language specific settings. Where do you put this? In settings? missing something here. Where are... There's a little bit more settings than this. It's in here. Premiere RC. Prettier RC. I want to ignore certain things. Ignoring code. Prettier ignore. On the project root. Defaults. This doesn't seem right. This is stupid. Alright, let me think about how the stupidity would come about. So, prettier is invoked by what? Plugin? Or is it triggered by format on save? That's never been clear to me. So, prettier. It respects it. Against format and save by... So you put this where? I guess in the config. Javascript editor format and save. Yeah, now I'm getting a headache again. JavaScript. I think I need to see the actual settings. How do I just see the regular settings? How do I add a setting? This is stupid. How do I see the actual settings file? Because I need to add something. This is here somewhere. I don't see it. Do you see it anywhere? I had to open it the old-fashioned way. Yes, so where is the settings file located for Visual Studio Code? It might actually be in here. No. Annoying. I'm guessing. Where are the settings stored for it? open settings JSON command. Really? Open. Alright, so I need to add. How do I, this is not the same thing. How do I add something? What's the format? What's the problem with JSON? It's under extensions. Or was I just looking? Language specific editor sections. Oh, preference configure language specific. Alright. Configure. Okay. So that's there. That was our prettier thing. I just lost that thing. Oh, that was in the extensions, wasn't it? That was when I was looking at this. It said something about per language. Oops. It didn't copy it. Editor. Format unsave. False. That'll fix it. I do want to. I guess I need to turn off format and save everywhere. Okay, let's see if this no longer screws me up. No, it's still enabled. It's junk. Oh, I need to disable it specifically for Markdown, don't I? Configure language specific settings for. Yeah, I got this backwards. This I don't want anything. True. There. Hopefully that stops it from messing up. It's been a bane in my. There. No more format and save. Is it still respecting my. No, now it's using 4. I guess that's alright. Whoa. All the stuff will get copied someplace else, so I'm not going to worry too much about the formatting now. Though I am kind of screwing around with it. Oh, what the hell? that bullshit? That's where I started to write stuff. VG properties, JS. So visual representation. A node. Property. Can be nested. So I feel sleepy again. Oh, okay, it's not strange. Is it still being used? It does keep a map. Visuals. Map. What's this mapping to? Ah! Alright. We have a question mark here. And let's... I'm starting to feel a headache coming on, so this will be a good switch over. Alright. Back to game. Alright, let me update this. Switch over here. Boink. Does like I have any coffee left? I do. Alright, Courtney, I didn't even notice you're in the room. Yeah, I think my volume was turned way down on the computer. I apologize if you asked any questions.
Oh my gosh, they do have Adobe for Teams.
Ooh, they do?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way to get some better digital asset management at the company I'm working for. I was like, we could at least use Adobe Bridge, and at least then we would have something.
Yeah. What kind of assets are you managing? Documents?
Photos.
Photos, okay.
Photos to put into InDesign proposals.
Huh.
Or digital asset management, whatever it's called. Damn.
Yeah. Are you also processing them too, or are these pre-processed files?
They're ready to go.
Okay.
They're ready to plug and play.
Bridge makes sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of clunky, but it will handle all the different asset types.
But it would be something. What I really need is the ability to tag photos to cities and categories.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've used Bridge. It always felt kind of slow and clunky, but I know people who they base their media workflows around it, and it's just fine. I am just cranky all the time. Says, why is this taking half a second longer than I think it should?
Well, and I was just thinking I could use an open source digital asset manager. I mean, there's plenty out there.
Oh, there are, really? Huh.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
but then they have an outside tech firm handling all their stuff, so I'd have to get in contact with them and have them install it. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
it sounds hard. Everybody already has Bridge.
That's true. Is there... But so does everyone in the organization also have access to the Adobe Cloud?
Everyone that's working on the proposals does.
Okay, that does make sense.
Yeah, except my boss. The person in charge doesn't.
I wonder if if Adobe has like some sort of enterprise solution for accessing assets, like like there's a viewer or something like that. Although I think Bridge cost anything? It must cost something, but I wonder if they have a, like an executive version of it that doesn't give them any ability to mess stuff up.
Also, it's not listed as an included application in the Adobe for Teams.
Well, that's weird.
Huh.
We're having to dig for it to restore it.
I mean, it shows on the Creative Cloud thing on my personal computer, but it doesn't list it.
Yeah.
I guess we could use Lightroom as well, but Lightroom seems to take a lot of...
It requires a fairly beefy
time.
computer, and also it doesn't handle all the asset types you might
Yeah,
want to
exactly.
do. I don't think does it index PDF? I don't think it does, but I suppose.
And we would be using PDFs as well.
Right. Are you using like the cloud stuff, like for their Adobe Cloud server thing? It's for
No, not now. We have it all on our own internal servers.
Where's a good place to shoot this guy from? Here? Ooh, or up there. I'll just cover up there. Or maybe from behind this car. This car has better cover. I like this car. No, don't go away. Ah! There, that's satisfying.
So you're doing part like playing games and then working.
Yeah,
for
when I start getting a headache, like I was trying today to see what happens. Like if I switched over, if the headache would go away, and it kind of is. So, oh shit. So like I was starting to feel it like a little bit before, but then the 15 minutes of game seems to actually make it.
Okay.
Oh, I made a terrible error. I'm pinned down. Ugh. Not anymore. Now you are the pinned one. I think that's every. Nope. Oh crap. I'm just trying to get to the. Oh, I'm staying on top of a car now. I just want to get over to. Who? I just want to get across this part of DC. Can I go around? Yes, let's go around. Uh-oh, they see me. But I'm running away. What is this place? Looks like a nice house. Oh, there's a deer. I wonder if I can get there from here. It doesn't look like it can. Some sort of expressway. The East Street Expressway is blocking everything. Oh, wait. Really? Hey, stop shooting at me! Who's doing that? So mean. I just want to get across town. Oh, wait, that's not good. Okay. Where is he? You. There's still more? Oh, man. Oh, that was stupid of me. color system wrong.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Incoming hostiles. I don't like this.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Well, this is a good place to... Good. Maybe I can go across town now. There's so much to ask. Resource convey. Oh, is that what that was? Oh.
Asia, we got a project ready to be completed at the campus.
Can I do this in 7 minutes? This might happen later. I guess it's no big deal if I can't finish one of these things in 15 minutes. I feel my headache is gone. That's exciting. Oh. Yay, patrol. What was that?
That's the last of them.
We have to keep fighting on, one day at a time.
I found the cure, yeah.
Congratulations.
I did. What's going on over here? It's a big bad guy with a giant hammer. Oh no! Get away from that guy! Wow, this... so mean. Ooh. Yeah, it's too low level. Okay, this is the control point. Interesting. Alright, here goes nothing. Hey, kitty. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. What happened to all the guys that were backing me up? Don't trust people. That's the moral of the story. They were there. I thought they had my back. But then they were gone. I had to go all the way back to where I was before now.
Trust no one.
Trust no one. Not in Tom Clancy's universe. Thank you, Tom Clancy. I should be playing some game with rainbows and ponies in it instead. I wonder if there's a good game for that. That has rainbows and ponies in it. Alright. I think I... Did my alarm go off? I don't remember. Yeah.
I didn't hear.
Alright, I gotta log out anyway. Now I'm annoyed.
know is InDesign kicks this computer's little butt.
Oops. Alright. What's another good game that you can play in 15-minute increments? Yeah, Strudel's online. Boink.
Okay. Put both the Marshall project on that one page.
Having a good time streaming, doing 45 minutes of work, then 15 minutes of game playing to unclench the headache. Ah! Goody. Yeah. You silly cat. You are a silly cat. Oh, you smell so bad. What's going on with this? What is going on down? Oh my goodness. What are you doing? Is there some sort of spray you can like hit the cat with to make them smell less?
Not one that I know of. We have these little pet wipes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're already pre-moistened and you just kind of wipe them down with it and they like it.
They like it?
Yeah, it's not that wet. It's only slightly wet.
Oh, is it for their fur?
Yeah.
I think this one needs something more like a butt wipe.
Well, you can use it for that too.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just get a warm paper towel and spray that enzymatic cleaner in it. Although I'm not sure that's good for cats to lick. Cat, you're so smelly. Alright. Let us resume. It's 15 o'clock, 100. Still no call from the garage, but they're really good at communicating. I'm very pleased with that. 1500. Continued code review. Cat gets nudging his nose into my fingers. It's hard to type. It's hard to type. Let's see. I'll devote this camera will be pointing at you, kitty. How's that? Is that what you want? You want attention? Well, now you have attention. Look. 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 I wonder what Dom is working on. Dom, are you working on anything? So what was I? I wrote it down, I think. Oh yes, what is map visuals on map 2? It's used for move. I think this might be redundant. If map visuals has ID, where is it? Oh, this is weird. I'll only check to see if it has it. But where am I setting it? Oh, this is strange. This is oh, in fact, I'm not using it at all. This is redundant. Okay. Let's get rid of it and see if it still runs. Because I thought I had put that someplace else. So. And Dom says he's working on nice. Alright, is this still running? Or does it crash, crash, crash? Still looks like it's running. It's promising. Damn it, cat. You and your nose. I'm not using this padding value. Okay. Let's see if this re-updates by itself. There it goes. Still seems to be running. That's promising. No errors anywhere. Oh. It doesn't look like there's any errors. debug code. Good. So now I can remove that map reference visual. Ah! Close to Dave. Good. Okay, I will be there outside. Right. Thank you. Bye. Alright. I get to go pick up my car and spend money on repairing it. So they will come to pick me up in 10 minutes. Hey Siri! Siri? Hey Siri. Set timer for 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes and counting.
Does Siri sound funny today? It sounds like it's more nasally, or it sounds like she's talking like sped up. Hey Siri, what time is it?
It's 15:03.
It sounds slightly sped up to me. Maybe they updated it.
She always sounded British.
She always, well, this version of it is. But I need to shut this all down, but let me just finish. I wanted to start timing this because this actually has a lot more function stuff in it. This is the actual media class that will be good to review. Because there's a lot of concepts in this that like I was figuring out when I was writing this code. Let's start with the static functions. Just fewer of them. So what we have... new ID SVG root. We have release ID. We have update ID. We have move to parent ID, parent ID. We have move to root ID. I'm not sure if we really get visual ID, move ID XY. That's and there's a ponderable right there. Ponder. Should I use XY or enforce point objects? Look like that. That's a consistency thing. Set size, ID WH. Same thing with that. Ponder. Should I use WH or enforce dimension objects? Set size, where am I? Get size, ID, layout components is a major function, which has its own. This is all debug stuff. Which is not as many as I thought. I guess it takes less time of just making, just writing down the names of stuff. Oh no, this is gonna take a while. Data G root is BG, G data, oops, G data, G kids, G data name, fill width, oops, width. I can't spell width, height, kids width, kids height. That's a to-do. Ponder. Nomenclature for crop edge display areas, kids, etc. Not sure if I'm storing this right. And then we also have data display mode, which is common. Connection points, highlight mode. And then we have ID, X, Y, width, height. These are just, I would like to compose these into this class. I should maybe make an underlying property class that has all the stuff into it. Data height, move, X object, Y. Yep, I gotta get ready now to go. So that concludes today's stream. Thanks for hanging out with me. I guess I figured something out about how to keep my brain from shutting down while doing this stuff, which is a big win, I think. Plus, I got to play games in the daytime, which is always fun, if not exactly novel for me. But I feel like I've split it up pretty well. So that's it for today. Hope you have a good Wednesday. And who knows when I'll be back, but when I do, subscribe. I feel always so self-conscious. Say subscribe and hit like.
No,
So don't do that. Don't hit like.
Because it's random.
It's random, yeah. All right. Anyway, shut this thing down. Bye.
Bye.
Weak.